Hey guys, KJ here. I believe it's about time for me to give my final thoughts on this game right here, Armored Core. This game has been pretty darn fun. As begrudgingly as I am to say it, when this game first came out, I didn't think it would be that good. Honestly, I thought it would just be like another FromSoft game that I would probably just ignore and keep it moving. But after watching some people play it here and there, I was like, you know what? I'll give it a try, and thus I did. And I'm glad I did because at the point of me recording this, I've done all there is to do in the game. I've gotten all the combat logs, done everything in the arena, bought every weapon, unlocked every single ending, everything. I've done everything to this point. I wasn't really expecting to put the time that I did into this game that I did. It has been a fun experience. Of course, like any other Souls-like game or FromSoft game, the bosses are BS. They're all hard in their own way. But my only gripe about the game is that the some of the weapons just feel underpowered, and the ones that are powerful, cough cough Zimmermans, cough cough dual Gatling guns, they completely outshine every other weapon into irrelevance. Like I really wish in this game, just how it, well, not just how it is, but like it is in some other Souls games where you could make the use out of the most random mundane weapons in the best way. Like you don't really get that in this game. Weapons are usable, but it's just like it hurts you to use them. It's like, what's the point when I could just, use this other thing that does what this thing does in 2 seconds. But that just is what it is in these type of games, and you can't help it until you're forced to. But yeah, this game's been pretty fun. Done all the bosses. Don't really got complaints as far as that's concerned. Give or take 2 or 3 bosses. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and say this right now. Spoiler alert for those who haven't finished the game or gotten all the endings. I'm about to get into spoiler territory. I'm gonna keep saying it like this. I'm gonna get into spoiler territory. So if you care about the story and you want to learn for yourself, go on somewhere. I'm giving you well time in advance to leave. So leave. Run. Run away. Do it now. This is your opportunity. Go. Alright, I'm pretty sure that was enough rambling for everybody to get out of here. Okay, so playing throughout this game, as it is for me with most story-driven games and stuff like that, I don't really care too much. Like, I'm not the kind of guy that reads every combat log, every side story, looks at every droplet of lore that they give you. I just coast through the story and pick up pieces. But that only works if you play through the game one time for me. In this game, to get all the endings, it requires you to go down different routes in multiple playthroughs. So first playthrough, I blitzed through it, ignored everything, and just was playing to play. On the other hand, second playthrough is when I start to look at stuff. Little minute details that pop up in between, like choices that you aren't given before, and people you didn't look at quite closely. You take another glance. There's a couple characters that are notable in the story for me. That's the jerk of a general. What's his name? Snail. That guy. This guy. He sucks. Bad attitude. Snooty guy. Insert rich person word here. He's that kind of guy. So of course I hate him. And constantly throughout the game, they use a quote that I didn't really understand until later. Re-education. So when you think re-education, you're like, alright, the re-education, alright, you're gonna teach them a lesson, alright? I thought it was like an insult or some crap like that. No. You find out later in the game that re-education is something very, 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 very malicious in its title. And you find that out if you go down that route in playthrough 2. Re-education, when you get jumped at a point in the game and defeated, Your handler, Walter, he gets re-educated. And that's the point of the story was like, maybe I should start paying attention. This re-education thing kinda pissed me off a little bit. I was like, alright, I'm about to gun this dude down whenever I see him. It's kinda on sight. From that point forward in the game, I was actually invested. I was like, alright, let me find out what's going on here. Let me actually pay attention. Let me sit up in my chair a little bit and hear what these people are talking about. Because if this game, at the point when I was thinking, I was like, if this game is what I think it is, I hope the final villain is cool. So I kept on going, looking at the characters, getting deeper into the story than I usually do with these type of games, and that's rare for me. So I do that. And we make it to the third playthrough, and you're introduced to the actual villain. I'm not gonna say it, even though it's you know, I already said spoiler warning and all that crap. I'm still not gonna say it. But lo and behold, the final villain was with you the whole time. Shocker. Yeah, shocker. Didn't totally seem like that at all. But turns out the final villain was with you the whole time. The reasoning for doing such isn't really that bad, but it kinda is. Yada yada yada, you make it to the end, very end, and you reach the true final boss. Well, the final fight. And it's a random guy that you meet along the way. One of the many shit talkers that you meet along the journey is the final boss. That guy, I'm gonna say it. That guy, him, he can die in a fire. Seriously, I was like, what, why? Seriously, out of all the people, I get why he was put in this position, because literally in the third playthrough you pretty much kind of become the bad guy. You go around turning your back on everybody that you meet. You literally make mincemeat of every worthwhile character besides that one guy. Literally everybody else in the story is rendered inert, useless, or defeated in that whole journey to reach the end. And that guy is this dude. This guy. That one guy that was talking so much smack and got smacked, just out of sheer spite, comes back at the very end of the game to fight you. Seriously. I get it, but at the same time, him. This boss fight right here, this crap, it gave me so much strife. So much crap. I kind of felt like I had this similar feeling to when I played Sekiro. And I fought the Sword Saint, the Glock Saint, whatever you want to call him. Mr. Hesitation is defeat. And man, that dude, he beat the dog crap out of me. I died more times to him than I died to the what is it? The Demon of Hatred. Like seriously, I could not understand for the life of me why I was losing to him. The whole game, I kind of did breeze past a lot of the bosses. But for some reason, this guy, he was laying the smackdown. It wasn't until I just didn't care about anything that he was doing that I actually beat him. He constantly kept saying hesitation is defeat. And a point in the game where I fought him and stopped caring about anything that he was doing, I dogged him. And that's kind of how I felt in this fight with this dude. This guy literally is carrying around 2 bosses on his shoulders. 2 bosses. And at the moment, I was just like, how am I going to get past this guy? I keep dying. The phases are long. You get jumped at the start. You even have a friend that helps you, but they're defeated midway through. I couldn't get past it. I just kept dying. So I was like, at one point I was like, fuck. Well, guess I'll be back in the morning. I go to sleep, wake up, and I just don't care. He's blasting, he's throwing stuff, he's swinging, but I just full focus, tunnel vision in his face, and I did not stop until he was dead. That's all that fight was. and that was it. I felt so crappy afterwards. Accomplishment, but you know, man. But yeah, that I'm just gonna stop before I start ranting again. But yeah, that's my whole viewpoint of this game. It was amazing. Boss fights were amazing. It's been a long time since I actually 100% of the game like I did this one, so I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope those of you who are thinking about getting this game, you do. It's really amazing. It's a lot better than I thought it would be, truthfully. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I just wanted to rant about this game because it is truly amazing. Now, on to the next Souls-like.